Hello everybody, Happy New Year. It is finally 2025 and I'm sure a lot of you have goals you want to achieve and feel like this is the year for you, and that is probably the case for a lot of you. I mean, if you've been keeping up with astrology and what's happening in the sky, then yes, this is the year. Even numerologically speaking, numerology, okay, you know what I'm trying to say. Even if you look into the numbers of 2025, it adds up to 9, which is the year of completion, and I am definitely feeling like it's the year of completion for me. The whole New Year energy felt really good, like really good. I didn't do anything spectacular for New Year's Eve. I stayed in. I went to sleep at 12 after wishing a couple of people, and I woke up early the next year and the sunrise was so beautiful. I walked my dogs and I just appreciated the feeling of new beginnings that comes with a new year. If you're anything like me, or if you're a human being, we all make New Year's resolutions. And we sometimes don't meet them. We all make our New Year's resolutions and we all feel really hopeful until we're 2 weeks in and we fall back into our old ways, because humans are creatures of habit and most of what we do is unconscious. You wake up, you go drink water, or you go to the loo. You know, it's whatever your habit is. But if you actually want to make a change, it's going to be uncomfortable. And the magical thing about overcoming the uncomfortable stage is that it becomes a new habit. And ultimately, it's wired into you. One of the things that I've been doing to actually stick to my goals for 2025 is to write everything down. New Year's Eve came and I made sure, it's easy to put our wants and our goals on the back burner because life gets in the way and we have things to do. But when you get to a point where you realize that what you want is important and worth giving energy to, then you start intentionally making time for what you actually want. And for me, it was making time to actually sit down with my thoughts and figuring out what the hell I wanted. Because a lot of us don't ask ourselves what we want out of this life. I truly believe that we can make anything we want happen in this life. But it begins with asking ourselves what we want. I feel like 2024 was the year for me to reflect, to get clear with my thoughts, and to actually understand what I wanted. I want a lot of things, as I'm sure you do too. So what I did was I wrote it all down on paper, all of my wants, big and small, even the crazy ones that I didn't think were possible. We're not thinking about what's possible or not at this stage. We're thinking about what we want. Okay? What do I want out of life? So you write it all down, and then you go through that list. What I did was I removed all of the wants that were easily attainable. Like I was so sure as I was saying, that I was so sure that I could get, right, that I could attain. Easy goals that I could attain in 2 days, in a week, stuff like that. So I removed those out of my list. And then I looked at the goals that I felt were highly unattainable for whatever reason. We're in our comfort zones and we give ourselves a lot of reasons not to chase something that's unfamiliar but could make us really happy. And those were the goals that I looked at, and I wrote down an affirmation because within me there was some limiting belief that I thought that I could not attain those goals, so I was staying in my comfort zone, carrying on. But is your comfort zone really comfortable if you're not happy? Life is worth living, and part of living is trying new things and exploring the adventures that life has to offer. I wrote down an affirmation and I stuck it on my wall and I read it every day. This was probably 6 months into 2024. I would wake up every day and I started feeling hopeful. When you do these little morning rituals, it changes how your entire day pans out. Like, I was waking up so high energy, so high vibe, just really feeling good and happy and looking forward for what was to come. And on my morning walk with the dogs, I would say my affirmations. I would look around me and just appreciate life, because life is so beautiful. You just have to look at the animals, see how content they are to wake up in the morning and experience life. That's what I started doing. And before this, I was not very hopeful, quite pessimistic actually, and it was foreign to me because I was always quite a happy child. My mom might disagree. Okay, instead of calling myself a crybaby, I'm gonna say I'm empathic. Okay, I've learned now that empathy is a good quality to have. Yeah, I was always pretty positive. I looked at the positive things in life, and I generally took everything with a grain of salt. So going into the stage where I felt tremendously discontent and quite frankly lost, it wasn't a good feeling. You question what the whole point of doing life is. And I was really grateful for reading this one book, which, yes, I have made a video on, and it's coming out later this month. It's You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. And that book talks all about affirmations and how you have the power to heal your life. And if ever you're feeling unhappy or you feel like you need something to change, you have the power to change it. No one else has that power over you, and there's so much freedom in that power. I started believing that I could do all these things because I can, and you can. You can do anything you want to do, and you can do anything that you set your mind to. That's just how it is. We have so much power in our minds. I know when we think of the mind, we think about our brain, but our mind is an energy. And when you feel positive, when you feel uplifted, when you feel motivated, that's all your mind. Your mind is saying you can. And who tells your mind that you can? You do. It starts consciously and then it goes subconscious. So I was feeling this positivity, and I decided that this is actually something that I want to pursue and something that I want to work towards. I have something to share, and I feel a pull to do it, so there must be something there for me, a purpose behind it. I started getting intuitive leads, these little nudges for what I could do. And it's amazing how it happens when you decide that you want to do something and you don't think about the how, because you couldn't possibly know the how. The universe is going to guide you, and those are your intuitive leads. So I started taking action on those little hunches, little, things I felt drawn to. And one thing led to another, and here I am today. The universe is limitless. You are part of the universe, so you are limitless. Don't limit yourself with your mind. Use your mind to create great, amazing things that can change the world. One way I keep myself accountable, I got myself a notebook, and in the morning I write down my intention, an affirmation for the day, and in the evening I come back to the same book and I write down an action that I took towards the goal I want to achieve. At the end of the day, your goals are not going to be achieved by themselves. You have to put in some effort, you have to put in some work, and enjoy the process. And when you're enjoying what you do, that's a sign that you're doing something that you're in alignment with. And it's such a freeing feeling. And you can do that. You have the power to do that. And you can change your life. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Like, comment, and subscribe. I look forward to 2025. Love you. Bye.